Scientists have developed this wearable sensor that clips into your underwear and monitors gut bacteria activity by measuring the hydrogen gas in your flatulence.
Now, my question is, where are you putting that sensor? And you're touching it all the time, but knowing that it's right there by the beehole and it's collecting all of the scents in there. It's gross to me.
I just don't know.
It might. What if it could save your life? But then you have to tell people that a fart clip saved your life, which I don't know. That's kind of awesome too. Actually, now that I'm saying out loud, I don't see a lot of downsides to it other than you got to touch the thing.
Okay, you ready?
My favorite's when we just look at each other like, you want to talk?
I never know when you started, so it's like, I don't know if I'm...
It's always started. Go ahead.
I'm going to start right where we talked about this morning. I want to ask the listeners and you again about reality shows. Can you help me understand? Now, again, I'm going to start back up a little bit. I get why celebrities do the reality shows. I even get why the Joe Blows do reality shows. I get all that. Mm-hmm. What I don't understand is the people that are so into whatever reality. The reason I bring this up, okay? Dancing with the Stars, they're going to have their first fan convention this summer.
Which makes sense to me. They do tours. I mean, like it's a whole thing. They're a traveling company that goes around and does stuff. And
Dancing with the Stars is?
Yeah. They actually go out like Danielle Fishel. I think she just ended her run, but they go out for like a span of like 8 dates. There's one celebrity that's like the premier celebrity for those dates, and they go out with the professional dancers, and they switch out the different celebrities for whoever signs up. I'm assuming to do that. But,
well, see, this proves right here you know more way about it than I. So it tells you where I stand on these reality shows.
Full disclosure, I don't watch them. I know this because of Danielle Fishel, who's, if you don't know the name, is Topanga from Boy Meets World. Obviously, I'm a fan of Boy Meets World, so I'm a fan of Danielle. So I have followed her journey. But even as a big fan of Danielle, I didn't watch the show and I didn't vote. And I felt kind of bad about it, but you got to do it while it's live. I don't know when it's live. I don't watch it. I rewatched all of her dances on the social medias and I liked them, if that counts for anything. But I'm not a person that's into these shows. But I know that there are a lot of people that are. So the conventions make sense to me. It's going to make a killing for all of these celebrities for sure. And even though I don't watch them, I got great respect for people that like, especially Dancing with the Stars after hearing everything that Danielle went through. We're roughly the same age. She's slightly older than me, but like thinking about doing the things that she's doing, I was like, oh no, my poor knees would just give out. I don't know how she's doing all of this.
So here's the deal. I understand all that. And again, I'm not judging because
just not your
this
thing.
Isn't any different than any kind of con, whether it's comic or Starfleet or whatever, any kind of con convention. I think what changed my mind is when you really did find out that more, I guess, what am I trying to say? Hollywood production goes into this than actual real life goes into this.
The cons? Huh? The cons? Or the reality show? What are you talking about?
The reality shows.
Oh, okay.
Because, you'll hear these amazing stories about living in my car. And honestly, the producers know we got to put that story out there. That'll make people.
Oh, Jeff, are you saying that you don't like being emotionally manipulated?
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yes. And so what I'm saying, then you got to take the real out of that, don't you? Because it's not all real. I'm not saying they weren't living in their car, but how come that person got this spotlight and all these other people didn't? Because they weren't living in their car.
But that doesn't make it not a reality show. That may be multiple people's reality.
I think it's not a reality show because then the producers
they have to pick everybody leaving in their car.
They manipulate how people are going to vote. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? I don't care if it's the dancing, the singing.
Okay. Here's my question. You don't like that, but you're fine with commercials that will purposely emotionally manipulate you into buying their product. That's fine. But you don't want to be emotionally manipulated to vote for a star.
Okay, can we really just stop?
Because I have a problem with the commercials.
You're making so much sense. And now that you've called that out to me about my commercials and this stuff, I really changed that. Okay, because I'm trying not. Yes, I have because of you. But I guess when I saw the convention, I'm like, I get it. I think it's cool, but I don't understand the appeal.
Oh, I get it. And so this show has been on for like 20, 30 years. I mean, like longer than you thought it's supposed to be on. Or maybe it's just like that many seasons, possibly, that it's been running and not that many years. But I'm just saying, if you've watched all of these seasons, you probably have your favorites from every season. Maybe the favorites are coming to this con. You obviously know all the professional dancers. You're probably, if you've got your favorite professional at this point, because you've gotten to know them over the years. So I think if you're just, this is a whole fandom that I'm not a part of, but I get it. Yeah, you do. You said it's just, you're not throwing shade. It's just a con.
I'm not.
So my question to you is, what cons have you gone to? Admit it, Jeff. We all have our cons. This one just isn't for us.
Yeah. So I will tell you, my wife, I thought it was going to be the coolest thing ever. She set up a surprise trip to New Orleans for a Comic-Con. And I was
just a regular Comic-Con.
Regular
like
Comic-Con.
Covers a lot
thought
of
it was
stuff.
going to be great. You know, all the sci-fi going to be there, comic books, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Here's what I have found out, because I've also attended other Comic Cons. If it's not the San Diego one, it's not, I shouldn't say it's not worth it.
You got to know what you're walking into.
Don't expect San Diego when you go to these others, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, is that what you had in mind?
And I did, well, because it was in New Orleans. I thought, okay, well, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
No, I went to Chicago for a Wizard World. It's not the same.
But weren't you a little disappointed?
No.
Because you knew what you were getting into?
I had been to many different kinds of cons. Wizard World's one I've attended several times, because they bring in a lot of good guests of people that good guests. They brought in a lot of Boy Meets World people over the years.
Oh, yeah. Those are the best guests ever.
They brought in some other people, like some Walking Dead people that I thought were really entertaining. So I've been a lot of, and they're not, San Diego Comic-Con, I think, is going to be over. There's too many people. The actual, like, huge stars of, like, running series are there. These are people that, their series probably isn't running anymore, but you're still a fan. So it's just a different experience. But I kind of like that it's a little more intimate. The panels are smaller. You don't have to wait in line as long for autographs.
No.
If you're signing up for something like that. And I think it's actually a little bit cheaper as well. So I
but see, that's what blew
my mind. I like the
mind.
smaller cons.
When I showed up and saw what I was going to have to pay for an autograph.
Oh, they're not cheap. You're
or
still
even
going
a picture.
You're going to check out like $125, $150 for a picture.
Yeah, I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, I think that your expectations were just wrong on the con.
Now, another one I got to go to, it's probably another Comic-Con, was here locally, and I can't remember who the group was, but this was fun for me because I actually got to be made up into a Klingon with all the makeup. I mean, it was a 2-hour makeup deal. That was fun.
That would be cool.
But so I could see where somebody listening would say, well, then what's your appeal to that? So I get that my question's not fair. I guess I'm still just blown away
You're just putting it out there anyway.
Well, yeah, and I'm just blown away by, I guess, how now when I watch reality shows, I just like, that ain't real. Oh, no, they've already decided that person's going to make it to the final. I mean, I'm jaded, okay?
Apparently,
I'm jaded.
Apparently. Well, and I can't defend it much because I don't watch a lot of reality shows other than Traitors. It sucked me in. I hate to do this, and I'm already tired just thinking about it. President's Day is close. That means that couch crunch time is on. And I am so stressed out that I'm thinking now I just don't even need a couch.
No, you have no.
Because, okay, I had a conversation with friends last night about all of the decisions that have to be made. I mean, now I'm comparison shopping and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, well, why are you spending so much on a couch if you're that iffy about it? Why are you investing so much money in it? So why don't you spend less? And I'm like, but it's still the same amount of decisions. And it may be less money, but it's still going to be a lot of money for a couch and a love seat. We're talking, somebody gave me the figure of $800. Even if I got away with only spending $800, which I'm not sure how I would do that. That's still a lot of money to spend on something that maybe you don't like over time. Also, I noticed my tires are getting a little bald, and now I'm going to have to buy some new tires. So that's an expense. So I'm like, oh, well, I want to sign up for 2 more monthly payments for a bit. Like installment payments on stuff. Do I really want to do that? The tires are more expensive. That couch isn't going to kill me.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Living in your head is exhausting. I mean, you have just said 2 things, and I'm like, okay, so let me just ask this, and I think I already know the answer, because I think I helped move it. You have a current couch, correct?
Yeah, I've got couches.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a couch and a love seat. They don't match, but you can sit on them.
But they're functional.
They are functional.
They get the job done.
One of them is a sexy couch. Yep.
And you need new tires.
And I need new tires.
Okay, well, then there's your answer for me anyway.
I need new tires.
You don't worry about the couch and stuff. You're good. You get new tires.
Okay,
call it good.
Here's the problem. Those tires are going to be paid off in like 2 months. And then we're going to look at the couch situation again. Then we got to cycle back around. I got that money back open. Then I can make some payments on a couch.
Well, then you cycle back around for a couch then.
The procrastination that it's just bouncing around in my brain and I'm not doing anything about it. I'm just thinking about it a lot. It's just tiring by itself. So even thinking about like, okay, we're just going to delay this for another 2 months. Oh, then it's just still bouncing around in there. Somebody just give me a couch, would you? I am just tired and I just needed to let it out.
No, I know. Well, that's part of what our podcast is us just like, I mean, come on. I just did a whole rant about reality shows.
And then everybody's like, well, have you looked at this shop? Did you go look at this shop? Did you look? And I'm like, I don't want to travel all over the metro. Now I'm getting overwhelmed at how many different shops. And I looked up the President's Day sale and I found one that I liked. And then I found the exact same couch from another seller with like $200 less. And then I'm like, well, do I have to like reverse image search all of these and figure out who's selling me the same couch, but calling it something different and then charging me more for it? I didn't even think about that before.
Maybe we should pivot.
I need a nap.
Maybe we should pivot to something else.
Please do. What do you got? What do you got?
I think you're about to have a stroke right
Somebody
now.
just tell me I'm not alone and I'm not the only one in my brain. Yeah, I'm not asking anybody to solve it. Just tell me that I'm not the only one whose brain does this. That would make me feel better. There is no solve. I'm the problem.
Hang on. Let's listen.
It's me.
Let's listen for the response.
Just as I.
There you go.
assumed.
Yeah, it's
okay.
just Rachel.
Move on to something else, Jeff. Help.
Well, I'm excited to share this with you, and you may have seen it, but I cannot wait. Have you heard about smart underwear?
Oh, that's funny. I listed this on my thing too, because have we gone through too far with our technology at this point?
Well, here, I'll read what I have for you.
Go ahead.
This underwear, smart underwear, can track bacteria by measuring farts. Scientists have developed this wearable sensor that clips into your underwear and monitors gut bacteria activity by measuring the hydrogen gas in your flatulence.
Jeff, what is your take on this? I have complex thoughts.
You have complex thoughts?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, then I want you to share your, because I don't have complex thoughts.
You just think it's stupid? Is that what you just
I
like? I don't need it. Okay. I do too. But as we've found out, science is showing that your gut microbiome is very important for your overall health. It's a good indicator of things and maybe an early warning sign. So maybe it could be helpful. My other thought is I've told you recently, again, I have a complex relationship with ChatGPT, but I have been using it to get some scientific answers for why my body behaves the way it does, because there's a scientific reason for that. So combining some technology with some medical stuff, I can see some value in that, how it could be helpful because knowledge is power. It's good to have more information. Now, my question is, where are you putting that sensor? And you're touching it all the time, but knowing that it's right there by the beehole and it's collecting all of the scents in there. Who's going to touch it? I don't want to touch that. And what do you have to like plug it into your computer? Like, plug it in like a USB drive.
Wait, how's it again?
And plug it in like a USB drive. But you know that thing's been all over your butt crack? Is that how this works?
Okay,
is it the actual underwear that catches it? Or is it like a little sensor that you take out?
It's a clip.
A clip on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine it's like a USB drive. That's just gross. It's gross to me.
I just don't know.
It might. What if it could save your life? But then you have to tell people that a fart clip saved your life. Which, I don't know. That's kind of awesome too. Actually, now that I'm saying out loud, I don't see a lot of downsides to it other than you got to touch the thing. And that seems real
and so I know that obviously it's got to be Bluetooth, but at some point you are going to have to take it out, right?
What if somebody hacks and gets all of your info and then they have all of your fart information?
Well, and so then I wonder, so like as you fart, is it going to be talking about, well, we can tell you had beans and cabbage.
I was like, is it going to give you a breakdown? What is it?
Well, and then I guess for what you're saying about the gut health, that's where I'm like, I don't get this because what's it going to tell you? You ate too many beans?
I'm sure
you should have had that bean burrito?
I mean, there's got to be more. There's got to be more science. I'm sure there's more science in there than that. It's not like you give a stool sample to the doctor and they just look at it and go, oh, corn. I mean, like there's science that goes into actually figuring out the components. So I'm sure scent probably indicates something. You know,
you and the corn, for the love of God, why is it? You can chew corn all the time and it still comes out looking like it's corn. And you had to go there.
It's true. I'm just saying there's probably something to sense. You know how like if somebody's diabetic, you can smell ketones on their breath and figure out that maybe they're having a diabetic episode if their breath smells sweet? Maybe it's something like that, where if your farts smell a certain way, we all know sometimes they're more rank than others. Jeff, don't act like this isn't a normal human thing. You know, some smart farts smell better than other farts. That's just the human being body stuff. So there's probably something to it. I'm not saying I'm going to buy one. I
don't know.
Okay, I think this is where I fall on it. If I knew somebody that had one, I'd be asking a lot of questions, but I don't want that for myself. But I am curious about how that's working for you. Tell me what's that giving
I think I'd like
you?
to see more of the scientific studies on this one for sure.
Before you go into
like, what are you finding out from flatulence? I mean, seriously. I mean, we're laughing because it's farts, obviously. But there's got to be... So, tell me more about what you're going to find when I pass gas.
Okay. I'm sure it's in the description. Jeff, if I bought you one, would you wear it? That's my question.
I might try it.
You've already got the fart diary, though, so you could
do.
just track the smells that way,
right?
And let us know how those are going if you want to do that. I don't know who's curious about this.
Okay, I want you to say, I'm a smart feller, I'm a feller smart 3 times.
Oh, no.
Come on.
What is it again?
I'm a smart feller, I'm a feller smart.
I'm a smart feller, I'm a feller smart. I'm a fart so I'm a fart smeller. I'm a smeller
You did
fart.
it.
I'm
You
a
said
smelly
it.
fart.
Yep, you said
I'm
you're
a smelly
fart
fart.
smeller.
I knew what you were getting me to, Jeff. I can't even say what is it? Roof Man, starring Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst on 4K Ultra HD.
You said it. Yeah.
That's quite the tongue twister that we've had to see. Now I can't say the other word. A tongue twister. I saw this article. Well, it's a survey that said leaving lights on tops the list of common household arguments between couples. Is this near you? I'm not a couple, so I don't know. I'm, with some sort of luck, maybe someday I will be. So I want to know what I have to look forward to.
Okay.
The types of arguments I'm going to run into on a regular basis. Do you guys get in little tips about leaving lights on in the rooms?
It's funny because we don't really get into tips, but it does still... Because I'll go, if only you would learn to work these lights.
Yes, you just make it. You're not really, nobody's really mad, but it's just,
right.
You can poke a little bit.
Yes.
That
and
kind
it's
of
because
stuff.
we have, and I think a lot of homes have this, where you have these 2 light switches and they control the same light.
Okay. Yes.
For me, I have such an OCD issue.
They both have to be
down.
They have to make sense.
So that when you turn them on, they go up.
And that makes sense to me, but I'm not going to go through the effort of flipping them back around to get them right.
I do.
They said another one, TV volume. You have TV volume issue? You guys agree on that one? I feel like I struck a chord there.
Oh, I always run it where I think it's fine. And inevitably I get, hey, can you turn it up? I can't hear it. And then lo and behold, somewhere during I've turned it up and now
it's an
you
explosion
can hear it.
and then it's too...
No. Yeah. Or what? It's too loud. Can you turn it down?
So
and then I'm the one that's being told I have a hard time hearing. I'm not the one that asked turn it up.
Well, okay, I'm going to compound that. How OCD are you? Do you have to have it on an even number, or is that okay, you can put it on anything and it doesn't bother you? Because I know some people have to have it I got to have it at the 5 or the 0, or they have to have it on 2, 4 or whatever.
Now, I will say, whatever I have it on, I'll bump it up. If I am asked to bump it up, I go up 2 at a time.
You don't just do the one?
Yeah.
Okay, just check. I know you have said that this was an issue in the past, but I think you guys have resolved it. Dishwasher stacking methods.
Yes.
You've decided if the dishes are clean, you don't really care how in the world they got in the dishwasher.
Yeah, I got to tell you, we went to a marriage conference, and that was one of the things about just everyday issues. And if the end goal is the same, quit worrying about the minor things. But I still, to this day, and in fact, just the other day, I put forks and knives down because I have too many times stabbed
yourself.
myself.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Fair enough.
She said she really didn't have a reason. She just puts them up. I know that some people say they put them up because they feel like they get cleaner that way.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, if it's in a dishwasher, it's getting clean. Up, down, sideways, it don't matter.
The water's getting on there.
Exactly. So I just find it interesting that people are so different that, how many times do you have to stab yourself with that knife to realize that's not the best way?
Well, I will say I stack mine facing up, and I've never stabbed myself. So,
that's exactly what Janet said. I never stabbed myself. Well,
to each his own.
Let me just tell you, I have fat, big hands.
Your big mitts are getting in the
I
way.
do, yes.
Okay. Well, okay. This is one that I would not have guessed. Leaving shoes in doorways. Y'all leaving shoes in doorways? Why do you do that? No. I've heard the argument that leaving them on the steps, so people trip over them on the steps. And I've had people leaving shoes in the middle of the room. Hate it when a person leaves a shoe in the middle of the room when you trip over them. So maybe doorways is the same thing, but I thought that was very specific. I didn't know if a lot of couples are leaving them in doorways. Why doorways?
So I know we're still trying to get you a date and a guy and all that good stuff.
Trying to get a date. Yeah.
But my point, aren't you glad on some of these things that you're single? You don't have to worry about any of this.
Let me just give a shout out to my fellow singles out there. There's a lot of benefits to being single. You know what? I get another one they mentioned. Temperature control in your own home. It's whatever temperature I want it to be in there. And ain't nobody complaining about it. And I'll turn on my heat in the middle of the summer if I want to. I don't care.
Right?
That kind of thing. I think it's great. I get to watch whatever I want at whatever volume I want. I can turn on the closed captions if I want. I can turn them off. There's a lot of beautiful things about just being independent and being able to do whatever you want. So maybe some encouragement. This is going to air right by Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But just shout out to all the singles. Look at the bright side. And you know what? We talked about this on the air, but maybe treat yourself.
No,
to something
seriously.
on Valentine's Day
Yeah.
to more than what I treat myself to. After we talked about it, I was like, oh, I could just do a few things. They don't have to be big things.
No.
But, stuff that I've just kind of been putting off, like,
Yeah.
I don't really have a reason to do that. Do it for Valentine's Day.
I'm going to get myself a wooden dowel for my plant.
That plant needs it. I am going to treat myself to a wooden dowel.
Treat yourself. By the way, you need to say for the plant because that didn't sound
Well, yeah,
that
I was
didn't
about to
sound
say,
right.
I
That
actually,
didn't sound
it was going to get worse, Jeff, because I was going to pull out, I really need like a 5-footer. So
Wow.
maybe we just leave it there.
She's going to treat herself to a wooden dowel for her plant.
Yes, a 5-footer.
That's what she said.